Welcome to Orion Outreach. I'm your host today, Tracy Woodrum, and today we are joined by Bob and Rose of the Lake Orion Fireworks Foundation. So thank you for joining us today. We're going to talk a little bit about the fireworks. It's an event that we love every year on the lake, whether you live on the lake or you get invited on a boat or to a party or view from some other vantage point. We all enjoy it on the 4th of July or right around, depending on when that Saturday falls. But tell us a little bit about the Lake Orion Fireworks Foundation. I know there's a lot of different people who have different ideas as to where the money comes from for these fireworks, but it really comes from just one source, right?
Absolutely. It comes from just one source. It comes from the residents of Lake Orion, and some of the businesses donate to shoot the fireworks on Lake Orion. The fireworks are about 40 years old.
Okay.
It started with a guy shooting them from his side of his cottage right in front of the lake, and it graduated to an event for Lake Orion. Glenn Stokes, who isn't here with us anymore, was one of the earlier pioneers shooting fireworks from a pontoon boat. And then Nick Krefski got involved, and then Carl Sarowski got involved, and Rose has been involved for a long time, and I've been involved for about 15 years. So, you know, we're trying to keep it rolling, and it's getting harder and harder every year.
It's all volunteer.
It's all volunteer. Nobody gets paid. No money goes anywhere but to fireworks. And if we can't get enough money to keep it going, we'll just end up not doing fireworks anymore on Lake Orion.
Oh, that would be a shame. But yeah, so like you mentioned, your foundation, it's 100% volunteer based. There's nobody gets a salary or gets paid, or there's really very minimal like expenses, maybe for putting up marketing materials.
Absolutely.
But other than that, every dollar that gets donated goes right into the fund to fund the show.
Yes.
So.
And it's an expensive show.
Yeah.
This year it's $40,000.
$40,000.
Last year was $46,000.
Okay.
You know, it's an expensive show, and it's not getting cheaper because everything comes from China.
Okay.
No fireworks are made in the United States.
Really?
Everything's China.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it all.
But the interesting thing is, which I just found out, there's no tariffs on fireworks.
Oh, that's interesting.
I know. I thought that was interesting too.
Well,
never has been.
That does help.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
All right. Well, I guess we'd like our celebrations here, so we're not going to. Not going to deter that at all. So you mentioned that residents and some businesses. Are you still open to sponsorships for?
Absolutely.
For the fireworks?
We are always open for sponsorships and money. I mean, Rose sends out about 30 to 40 letters a year to local businesses, and we hope to get money. I mean, a lot of times the restaurants have been, very nice about donating.
This year it's been slow.
This year it's been slow. The dealerships have always been nice about donating, but again, this year it's been slow. And we're doing our GoFundMe, and that's raised a little over $8,000 this year, and I think our check count is just under 5,000. You know, so we got a ways to go.
Okay.
We're trying to hit $40,000 for next year, and it's going to determine how much we shoot next year.
Sure. So that's I think important, right, to point out is that you have to raise the funds all year for the show. So the show for this year, you raised those funds the previous year, doing the fundraisers and getting donations.
Yes.
So you're starting to do that now, and it makes sense to try and do some of that now while people are thinking about the upcoming show and excited about it. That way you can plan for next year's show.
Right.
So now if somebody doesn't live on the lake or get invited on a boat, where do you say is the best place to view the fireworks?
I'd say Greens Park.
Greens Park.
Greens Park.
I have viewed the fireworks from Greens Park before.
Yeah.
It is a really nice view.
It is a nice view.
Get your tickets now.
Yeah, so that's something that is important.
Or Waterside Social.
Waterside Social, yeah, that is open now. So
that's going to be probably the other
Okay, another
Perfect spot to
place
watch the
to be able
fireworks
to
from.
view.
Right.
Yeah, they have, they just built out, right, the patio and the deck a little bit more, so that could be a great place
Yeah.
to view. I'm not sure how Waterside Social is going to be handling it, but if you want to go to Greens Park, they do have so many, like, spaces. So you can buy your tickets in advance. From the village. You can go to the village offices and buy a ticket to make sure that you have a space reserved for you, but it sounds like you can get them at the door as well if there are spaces left.
Yes.
Right? Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay.
And it's something we don't control. I mean, that's
Sure.
strictly the village.
Right.
You know, it has nothing really to do with the fireworks. That is a money earning opportunity for the village.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. But it is a good place to
But it's a
view
great
them
place
if you
to see the
want to be able
fireworks
to
from.
view.
Right.
Okay. All right. So if you, now this QR code here, I know there's some of these that are around, and I think that we will probably be putting something up on the screen for where you can donate if you want to donate and help fund the fireworks show. But these, you will find these around town or on
Yes.
your...
Yes, I've been passing them out to the restaurants and the bars like I do every year, and they've been putting them up. But yes, you can either mail it to our address or go right online to our GoFundMe and make a donation that way.
Okay.
You know, and the good thing about it is, you know, we talk about you donating, you know, and if you do donate, everybody that donates in 1 week, we do a drawing for a nice Lake Orion beach towel.
Okay.
Okay, it's got a firework theme on it, and it's very nice. And then anybody that donates, you know, larger money, we're giving them a Tigers hat with our logo on it.
Yeah, I know. That's a nice hat. So we show the front. You can see the tigers, and it says Tigers on it. And then on the side,
and then we
it
got the
has
logo on the side.
Yeah, the Lake Orion Fireworks Foundation logo, and it's a very nice hat.
And it's been very well accepted. I mean,
Yeah.
because nobody knew we were doing it, you know, so I've just been driving to their homes
Yeah.
and passing them out, but they're very surprised.
Yeah,
when
that's
when I
a
give them
great,
hat. It's a nice little gift.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So if you want your own custom Tigers hat with the Lake Orion Fireworks Foundation and the fireworks on the side, then you can. You need to make a
$250.
$250 donation.
Yep.
Seems like a
Or
bargain.
higher.
Or higher. Yeah, always can go higher, right?
Always can go higher. Yes.
So you can get, so for every $250 donation, you can get a hat. So if you want,
Yes.
if you want them for the family, you just do the math, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Also, for those that are on social media, we
Yeah.
have a Lake Orion Fireworks Foundation Facebook page.
Okay.
So that tells you a lot of information too.
Okay. So if they just go type in Lake Orion
Fireworks Foundation
Fireworks Foundation. Okay.
on Facebook.
All right. They can find that there. Now, what is the date of the fireworks?
July 5th.
July 5th. Okay. Because it's always the Saturday.
We always try to do it on the Saturday because that gives us Sunday as a rain date.
Okay.
You know, that we've never had to use the rain date,
Okay.
ironically.
Yeah.
You know, and so we've been very lucky from that standpoint, but we do it that way. And next year, July 4th is Saturday.
Oh,
So it
wow.
should be
So,
interesting.
so we really need to start raising the money because we want to have like right on the 4th, like
party.
a big show.
And we always try to do the 4th because, you know, they do the flare night on Friday night.
Yes.
And that's another way of raising money for the Lions Club. And then we do our fireworks shoot. So, you know.
Okay. All right. So how did you decide to get involved with the Lake Orion Fireworks Foundation?
Well, one thing, I like fireworks. I'm kind of a backyard pyro myself.
Okay.
You know, I used to like blowing up stuff back
Yeah.
when I was younger. And then I'm a member of the Lake Orion Boat Club, and the gentleman that was shooting him at the time, Carl Swarovski, he needed help.
Yeah.
You know,
That's how I
so-
got involved.
Okay.
With Carl.
Yeah, so
All
I
right.
got involved, and you know, a bunch of us got involved, and I've been kind of involved for a long time now. And Carl retired from the fireworks, and he's on the village council now.
Okay.
You know, so he's still doing things for the community and trying to make the community a better place.
Yeah.
So I took over the fireworks.
Okay. Well, thank you for doing that and for continuing on the tradition. So
We love it.
what is your favorite part of the show, the fireworks show,
The grand finale.
the grand finale?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll
Yeah.
be good.
Yep.
Yeah.
In fact, that was one of the things we really worked on with the fireworks company, that we don't care if there's 10 minutes of rockets going up in the air, then you give us a 10-minute grand finale.
Yeah.
You know, and of course the grand finale is the most expensive part of the show.
Yeah.
Because there's so many rockets going off at so fast, and with
Yeah.
bombs and aerial explosions. I mean, it's exciting, but it's expensive.
Right.
That
right,
really
yeah,
lights
yeah.
up the sky.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of
Graphing out.
different color and
it's
different
beautiful.
heights, and it is
Yes.
really very,
Yeah,
very
and they promise us again this year. There's some new stuff coming that they'll be shooting this year because there's new stuff from China.
Okay.
So they said
It'll
that
be a
we should be
surprise.
impressed with the rockets. that they're
surprises this
so
year.
they're sending up.
So how long, because I know you mentioned, the length of the show, a lot of fireworks shows, they're not very long, but I feel like our fireworks show on the lake, like it's a healthy length.
Yes, it
like
is.
it's a
Yes,
nice
it is.
show.
It's been roughly about a 20 to 25 minute show. That's
Okay.
what we've tried to stay at. This year it's going to be 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, because we've tightened it up a little bit, and
Yeah.
we're trying to keep most of the money still going to the grand finale. But it's still going to be a great show.
Yeah.
And I really think 20 minutes is a long show.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
really
it
is.
is. It is, yeah.
And we shoot nonstop.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yep.
Back to back.
Yeah, it's not like one goes off and then there's a pause
right.
and another. No,
No,
it's all.
there's no
Yeah.
pause. We worked on that hard with Ace Pyro, and they've done a wonderful job. They're a premier fireworks company in the state of Michigan, and
Okay.
we're very happy to have them.
Yeah.
And we've had them for a while now. I think about 15, 16 years. So
Okay.
it's been a nice relationship.
Yes.
And they like us.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
We're one of the biggest shows. They say 100,000 people watch it.
Wow. Okay, I never realized we had that many people, but I mean, I have gone out because I live walking distance to downtown. So even if I'm not right on the water, to see the show, I'll go and walk through the crowds and kind of check it out. It's always brings a really fun, festive vibe.
Because
to
everybody's happy.
the village. Yeah.
Usually, I mean,
Yep.
there's really no violence going on the 4th of July, the day of the fireworks.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
It seems like everybody's in a good mood, even people on the lake. I mean, and the lake is crowded.
Yeah.
But everybody's in a good mood and waiting and waiting and waiting
Yeah.
till it gets dark.
Anticipation.
Yeah, anticipation. So, yeah, I hope we continue it. I mean,
Yes.
it's something that it's dear to my heart, and I hope we continue doing it on Lake Orion. But the residents are going to make the decision.
Sure. Yeah. Right. By whether or not they donate.
They
Or
donate.
you never know if maybe we have some businesses or some bigger sponsors that might want to, take over the funding of it.
We would
and
love to have that
put their
happen.
name on their name on the show. Yeah.
Tracy, that would be
Yeah.
amazing. It would be amazing. And I think, and I just want to mention this because people got to understand we've got about 33,000 people in our area. It'd only be $2. $2
Yeah.
a family, I mean a household, to keep this going forever. And people got to understand that. We're very lucky that we have some larger donors to make this show happen.
Right.
Otherwise it wouldn't happen.
Sure.
It just would not happen. It would be a very, very short show, like you just said.
Yeah.
Be a 10-minute show or a 5-minute show, and that would be it. And people would be wondering, but it's possible it could go that way. So.
Well, let's hope not. And
I hope
and
not.
maybe by putting those numbers out
Fingers
there,
crossed.
if you live, I mean,
doesn't
if you live in Lake Orion, in the village or the township, if you were to just donate even $2, if you can spare $2 for the fireworks show, it would help
It
to
would
fund
really
it.
help.
Yeah, and go through. Or if you're one who is on the lake and having a house party, maybe you do your own little fundraiser as your guests come to enjoy the show.
Great
whatever
idea.
That is a good
whatever
idea.
they would want to donate
Great
as well.
idea. As Melissa Kuchek said, if we could get 20,000 people sending in, 2,000 people sending in $20, that would be wonderful.
That would be it. Yeah.
I mean, but we'll just wait and see.
Yeah.
And it's really fun though when I do go to the mailbox and open a check, and I'll get one for $5 from some young person.
Yeah.
And that really moves me when
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah.
So.
So every dollar
dollar
counts and
counts.
helps, and like we said, it brings joy and a festive feeling and spirit to our downtown and on the lake. So if you can donate, please do so, even if it's just a couple of dollars.
Yes.
It will help.
Please.
So
Please.
Yep. So go
need
to go to the Facebook page.
Light up the sky.
Yeah, or find the QR code. I'm assuming these will be in some of the business windows in
Yes.
downtown, so
Yes.
you can scan it. But yes, let's continue the tradition.
I sure
So-
hope so,
We want
Tracy.
to.
I sure hope so. I'm
That would
crossing my
be
fingers.
fantastic, and we're looking forward to the show this year.
July
So that
5th.
one's all ready to
Gonna be
go.
a great
and
show.
Yes, so join us. Maybe meet us in Greens Park if you don't have a home or a boat or another place that you're viewing it from. I know Oat Soda, they will invite people and watch from across
Yes,
the road
yes,
the
yes.
show. I've been invited there a couple of years to watch.
Well, at
the show.
Eva's, they do the same thing.
Yeah.
Eva's told me that night they can see it real nice from their parking lot, So,
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people at Pine Tree School,
Yep.
with blankets out because, it does go quite high in the sky and you can see it, from a lot of spots.
Yes.
I mean, even Kmart, or well, not Kmart anymore, now it's Myers.
Right, yeah, Meyer.
But yeah.
Meyer.
But
And
that
Planet
parking
Fitness,
lot,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was another big spot,
Yeah.
big parking lot spot that people would come. And PNC, that's our bank, and they said that still every year it's solid blankets on their grass.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we know a lot of people, are watching it on M24. So
Yep. Yeah, it's a great show, and I know I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully everybody is looking forward to it as well. And thank you for all that you do for putting on the show, raising the funds so that we can all enjoy it. So,
thank you.
Bob and
you.
Rose, thanks
Thank
for
you.
being here today, and thank you all for tuning in. And we'll see you next time on Orion Outreach.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.